What's up, YouTube? So in my last video, I was kind of ranty about just pet peeves that I see MPs do, or even security guards. Basically, if you wear a vest for work outside your uniform or whatever. I did focus a lot on the negatives on that, so I figured we'd go over just some general information and work our way to positives here. So being an MP, right? I did it for 9 years. I enjoyed it a lot. Mostly because I wanted to be a policeman since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as my dad would say. So I took the time to learn a lot about police work, kind of apply it to the Army. You also kind of just learn tools and tricks of the trade because the way we do things is different from the Masters at Arms or MAs that the Navy has, the security forces or SF that the Air Force has, and just stuff like that, right? So duty belt, I kind of went over that. Long story short is make sure you can get to anything you might need to save your life with two hands, or have a workaround for if one hand becomes unusable. And don't put stuff in the small of your back. It'll hurt you if you fall. Beyond that, take the time to learn about being an MP, right? Or just being a policeman. Quite often I see junior MPs or new to the road MPs being afraid to talk on the radio or do a traffic stop because, I don't want to sound like an idiot, or I don't want sergeant to climb my ass about it. Get out there, mess it up, man. Like, if your sergeant yells at you or smokes you for trying to learn and better yourself and become a master of your trade, they're not worthy of their stripes, right? Props to you for going out and doing the right thing. So a common one I hear is, I'm not going to talk on the radio to do a stop, but I'm going to follow them. That doesn't do anything, right? They're not going to learn a lesson. They're just going to learn that, oh man, the MPs don't care. They'll just follow me, and then eventually they'll fuck off. Like, come on, man. Like, you're hired to do a job, right? I know the Army, you don't get hired per se. You apply, and if your criminal record is clean enough or non-existent, you get hired, right? So if you're going to be an MP, you're like a policeman. You're not out there to oppress the public or anything like that. You're an officer of accountability. Sometimes people don't know the law. Your job is to be to enforce that law and educate them. There's 3 E's. You can enforce, educate, or you can engineer a solution. Generally speaking, you're not going to be involved in the engineering aspect, right? Excuse me, I just ate lunch. Anyway, so do your job. And when you're a soldier or even an NCO, your job is to learn. Officers, this does apply to you too, right? You have a degree, sure. You've gone to school, sure. It doesn't mean shit. You don't have a degree in being an MP. You're not an expert in the field just because you went to Bullock. So always make sure you're taking the time to learn and better yourself and become a master of your craft. So I think on my next video here, I'm going to review, or not necessarily review, but do a layout, like a tabletop layout or junk on the bunk of how a way to set up your duty belt, right? I'm not going to be so vain as to say that my way is the only way. It's not. I wasn't that way as an NCO. I'm not that way now. You do what works for you because your body works differently and is shaped differently than mine. Mine is a lot rounder now than it used to be, right? So anyways, we'll probably do that next. Up and coming, I'm going to try and do some gun reviews here. I'm still doing this on my phone because I'm a cheap ass and I haven't bought a new computer to be able to edit with iTunes or anything like that. So just bear with me. We'll get there. But learn your job, man. Get out there, make mistakes. As long as you're not killing anybody, most mistakes can be learned from, justified, and moved on from. There's some stuff that you may want to talk to your NCO about first, like if it's something to do with guns, tasers, your baton, anything you can hurt somebody with, it can all be worked with. But generally speaking, don't be afraid to learn. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Take care.